I'm Mike, owner of the Ingroove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for June 27th, 2025. A really stacked, good variety of new arrivals to show you guys this week. So I will get to those in a hot minute. But first I wanted to tell you guys about this week's new arrivals. Analogue Productions is doing a 45 RPM pressing of Joan Baez's Diamonds and Rust, kind of an audiophile staple and has been for a lot of years. Prestige, the Craft series, or I guess the Craft, not really Prestige because they fall into Prestige, Riverside, multiple labels. Anyways, Craft Recordings, who does the OJCs, announced the next 4 titles. We've got the self-titled Kenny Burrell coming out August 22nd. Great record. The Prestige All-Stars, Wheelin' and Dealin' coming out August 22nd. Then we've got the self-titled Kenny Drew Trio coming out September 26th. And the Sonny Chris Orchestra, Sonny's Dream coming out September 26th. Those OJCs are kind of my favorite new releases right now currently in jazz because they are these are reissues that are so badly needed and they're so high quality. All analog, cut from the original master tape by either Matt Luthans or Kevin Gray. Beautiful tip-on jackets, pressed at RTI. They've just been fantastic so far. The series is really great. So I'm looking forward to that. Not that I don't love all the Blue Note stuff, but the Blue Note is getting deep into the catalog at this point in time, and plus they've had many reissues in the past, where these are reissues that haven't come out in decades. Okay, I needed my phone here because not everything was on this particular sheet of paper, but there is a new Fleetwood Mac Blu-ray audio disc coming out. That comes out August 8th. That is Fleetwood Mac's self-titled. We also have Van Halen's Balance. They're doing a standalone album version, and then they're also doing a deluxe edition. Both of those come out August 15th. Mac DeMarco's Guitar, the indie vinyl variant, that comes out August 22nd. This is going to be great. Elemental Music is doing David Axelrod's Songs of Experience. You might remember they did David Axelrod's Heavy Axe, Prestige Jazz Dispensary title. Phenomenal record. I'm looking forward to this as well. That's coming out August 29th. We've also got a Scorpions, kind of a greatest hits. They're doing called From the First Thing. So it's kind of a greatest hits compilation coming out September 26th. Double LP. Let's see. Deep Purple's Made in Japan. They're doing a super deluxe edition of it. I mean, vinyl, CDs, posters, kind of the whole works. So that is coming out August 15th. A whole litany of Coldplay stuff. The whole catalog, I'm pretty sure, is being reissued. Most of them, I want to say, come out around mid-August, August 15th. Let's see. A whole mess of 21 Pilots. I think they're doing like 87 variants for their latest album, Breach. Picture disc, color variations, artwork variations, you name it, they're all on the website. We also have Mac Miller's I Love Life, thank you, coming out July 11th on clear vinyl. This is a first ever vinyl pressing. It's never been out before on vinyl, so that should be super popular. You know, Mac Miller sells extremely well in store. I don't sell a ton of it online, but man, Mac Miller sells really, really good in store. Okay, so I have 2 whatnots this week. I don't have one scheduled for this Sunday, but I've got 2 whatnots this week. A standard Thursday show. The Friday show is actually pretty interesting. It's going to be a consignment auction from one of my customers here. He used to work at Tower Records, and one of the things that's cool about this particular consignment auction is he's a huge David Bowie fan, and he would take all of the promo items from Tower Records related to David Bowie. So I've got like promo posters from the 80s. You know, these are all original promo piece David Bowie things. Original David Bowie concert shirts from decades ago. So there's a lot of promo pieces. What else is in there? I mean, there's a lot of 45s. There's some Beatles, the colored 45s from the Jukebox 45s, if you're familiar with those, where they did a bunch of their singles on different colored wax. I'm going to have a bunch of those I'm auctioning off. So this Friday show should be pretty interesting. Thursday show, kind of the same if you're familiar with them. Both start at 5 o'clock Arizona time. If you've never purchased from me on Whatnot before, it's an auction platform. If you click the link below, you can go right to my Whatnot page. And if you use that link, you'll get $15 off the very first purchase you make on Whatnot by just signing up. So if you sign up, You buy something for $15, you're going to get a $15 credit. You got something essentially for free. I think you still have to pay shipping though. So yeah, 2 whatnots this week, no Sunday, but I'm almost positive my first pressing auction is going to be the following Sunday. That's going to have the Led Zeppelin 1 turquoise non-strikeout matrix in it. That's going to be an awesome, awesome show. I think that's going to be not this Sunday, but the week after. Okay, let's get into this week's new arrivals, starting with the new Van Halen SACD, A Fair Warning. Also got Fleetwood Mac's Mirage SACD. I think this is a restock, though. Alan Parsons Project, Eye in the Sky from Mobile Fidelity. That's a restock. As well as the Analogue Productions Dark Side of the Moon SACD. That is also a restock. Okay. New single by Chappell Roan. It is the same single. The name of the title is The Giver. But there's multiple covers. So Chappell Roan, the plumber. Chappell Roan, the construction worker. Chappell Roan, the private investigator. Chappell Roan, the dentist. And Chappell Roan, the lawyer. That's a sloppy tie though. I think a lawyer should have a nice tight tie, wouldn't you say? Okay, let me move these box sets out of the way over this counter. Okay, this week's box sets. We've got Frank Zappa's Cheaper Than Cheap, unreleased TV special from 1974, newly restored from the original Zappa Vault elements. Includes performances of the classic 6-piece band, 2-hour concert movie on Blu-ray with extras, a soundtrack on CD, and 3 LP black vinyl. So this is everything, and it also includes a 5.1 mix. So this is the super deluxe, everything you need box set. I think there's a standard disc in there as well. Oh man, here it is. Oh! This is the last Steely Dan UHQR, and also I want to say probably the last UHQR that comes in this box. I like the box personally. As a consumer, this box is fantastic. Wooden dowel, nice, big, looks luxurious on my shelf. As a record shipper, this box is a pain because it takes an immense amount of effort to get this puppy shipped, as opposed to the newest design. Okay, Steely Dan, the Royal Scam. I think I'm waiting on an SACD or two, and then that's it. No more Steely Dan. I kind of was doing some research just out of curiosity. I'm at the house and I looked through my email archive. All of the emails related to this release. You know, why has it been pushed back? Where is it? Why don't you have it? What's going on with this order? I think it was 2,800 emails I found relating since this thing was announced a couple of years ago. The amount of work and effort put into these, I'm glad we're at the end. But we're starting a new project, which is the UHQRs of Bob Marley. I got both of these in today. Little late, but that's typical. Analogue Productions is a little late shipping retail stores, other people, their products. It's typically a couple of weeks. But here it is. We've got the UHQR at 45 RPM of Bob Marley's Exodus and Rastaman Vibration, both 45 RPMs. Both of these came out in the past. They went up to like $300-400 right away because they sold out super quick as 33s. But we're getting me at 45 RPM with a bunch of other catalog titles which are on the website for pre-order as either 33s or 45s. But this, since they already did the 33s, those two titles, they're only doing the 45s. All right, new from Mobile Fidelity, Heart, fantastic record. Dreamboat Annie, I had this on vinyl, one of the very first maybe 20 records I owned as a kid. What a great record. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet. Looking forward to it. MoFi is really going out and doing some outside the box titles, so I'm looking forward to giving that a listen to. The next 3 Rhino Reserve titles are in. Now, they'd made a slight change to this that I don't know if I'm nuts about, but they eliminated the shrink wrap and they put them in, which should be good for warping, I guess. I don't know what the logic was. They eliminated the shrink wrap. They put them in this plastic sleeve, And the only thing that seals it is they put the Rhino Reserve sticker on top of the plastic. So they kind of redesigned the packaging a little bit. But what a dynamite album. Otis Redding Sings Soul. Fantastic record. Highly recommend it. This is great. This is... God, is this the mono pressing? Analogue Productions has done this as a 45 RPM, but that's the stereo pressing. But man, this, I'm gonna have to take a look. This looks like it's the mono pressing. This includes the original version of Respect that Aretha Franklin made popular. Otis Redding wrote it. This song kind of has a different meaning when he's singing it, but phenomenal record, really, really good. His version of Respect is fantastic, although kind of Aretha made it her own. His version is not to be discounted. We've got the Baby Huey story, The Living Legend, Rhino Reserve. These are both, all three, analog, cut from the original master tape by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grundman Mastering. And then another absolute fantastic title. We've got The Meters, Fire on the Bayou. All right, from Third Man Records, we've got the 20th anniversary colored vinyl version of The White Stripes, Get Behind Me, Satan. Lorde has a new album coming out this week called Virgin. This is the Bathwater vinyl variant. This is the Blood vinyl variant. And this is just the black vinyl version. Robin Trower, 50th anniversary of For Earth Below, mastered and cut at half speed at Air Mastering. This is the 2025 remaster and the 2025 remix. Gnarls Barkley, The Odd Couple. Grateful Dead, The Greatest Hits, all new Dead, Greatest Hits, studio hits on light blue vinyl. Pretty cool cover. Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen, Lost and Found, selections from the Lost albums. Okay, so this is a compilation of essentially different tracks that's coming on the future box set, which I think is due really soon. 20 previously unreleased tracks from 1983 to 2018. I guess the box set is going to include a bunch of albums that just never came out. I think that was the hype on it. Bootsy Collins, Album of the Year, #1 Funketeer. Bootsy Collins, fantastic P-Funk if it's your thing. This is the standard vinyl version of Cheaper Than Cheap, Frank Zappa. Hermanos Gutierrez, El Bueno y El Malo on Easy Eye Sound. This is on the indie record store exclusive turquoise and black smoke vinyl. Fantastic record. This is Joy Division's Still. This is an import variant. I want to say maybe even a color variant. Check on the website. I imported this from, I think, the UK. I think this is a UK import. Another phenomenal record. Highly recommend it. VJ, known for the Beatles, really, had some phenomenal jazz records on it, and they're kind of discounted, I think mostly because of the label. But look, this is a great record. Introducing, or here's Lee Morgan. Introducing is on Savoy. Here's Lee Morgan on VJ. Again, this is an OJC, all analog, cut from the master tapes by Kevin Gray. I would bet like 10-1 this smokes the original, because those original VJs are done pretty terribly. The vinyl was pretty terrible. That's got to be amazing. The newest Acoustic Sounds Bluesville title, Buddy Guy, Junior Mance, and Junior Wells. Interesting. It has a... I felt like this was part of the blues. No, I guess not. thought this would have been part of. I thought this would have been part of their blues series, but it looks more like it's part of their jazz series. Doesn't it? The packaging, the hype sticker, doesn't have the Bluesville label. I guess that does make sense because it's two different labels, right? This is Verve, those are Kraft. Have they done any? I don't think they've done any blues titles on that series yet. No, they're all jazz titles. It's kind of cool. Just kind of dawned on me. That's a little outside the box. Yeah. Motorhead. The Manticore tapes. This is the Super Deluxe Book Pack version. Includes an expanded double LP and bonus 7-inch book pack includes, and then it lists a bunch more stuff. Also, the standard single vinyl version. I Am Music. Playboy Cardi. Playboy Cardi Die Lit. Duran Jones in the Incantations Flower on Blue Iceberg Splash Vinyl. Cat's Eye, Beautiful Chaos. What is this? We've got Marina, Princess of Power on the Pink Fantasy Vinyl version. On Pink Fantasy Vinyl. Pink Fantasy colored vinyl? Skid Row, the very first time on vinyl, all newly mastered in 2025. Revolutions per minute. Stereophonics, Keep Calm and Carry On. 2025 repress on 180 gram black vinyl. Lauren Spencer Smith, The Art of Being a Mess. Fred Hirsch, The Surrounding Green. Oh, this is a great record. If you like ECM stuff, this is one of their pivotal albums on the label. Benny Maupin, The Jewel in the Lotus. A pretty expensive record too. An original of this is about $100. This is part of the Luminescence series, which is their audiophile label. All analog, cut from the original master tape. And that's in a gatefold. I'm almost positive the original wasn't in a gatefold. I had an original behind me for a few months in the back. It sold. Chet Baker, Late Night Jazz. This is a 2 LP set, deluxe limited edition. First time available outside Norway. On MPS, we have Oscar Peterson, Volume 6, Travelin' On. Let's see, includes liner notes and a picture of the original master tape box, part of their AAA series. So this is all analog, right there on the hype, AAA, and on the back hype. Really cool, and it's $26. Billy Harper, Black Saint. It's on Black Saint. The name of the album is Black Saint. Wyatt Flores, Life Lessons. Let's see, M83, A Necessary Escape. Oh, actually it's Necessary Escape. The name of the album is M83, is that right? No, I think that's backwards. To get that fixed. I'm pretty sure it's M83, Necessary Escape. Got a restock from Mobile Fidelity, a title that has been out of print for a while. They brought it back. These things were a couple $100 a few years back, but they're starting to bring back random things that have gone away. Billy Joel's 52nd Street. New packaging and includes the Spars code on the back. Bill Withers live at Carnegie Hall. Fantastic sounding record, really good, fantastic record in general. What a hell of a live performance. Must have been pretty awesome to be there in person. Excuse me. Restock of the first album by the B-52s, the self-titled. an absolutely fantastic album. Their first two are their best. That might actually be their best. It's odd when a band's first record is their best record, but that is the case there. Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark, restock from Mobile Fidelity. Got a restock of Yes, 90125, Analogue Productions, 45 RPM. Got a restock of Yes is Fragile from Analogue Productions. Got a restock from the Stone Temple Pilots. This is Core from Analogue Productions. And a restock of the 33 RPM version of Dave Brubeck's Time Out. And the last restock from Analogue Productions is Charles Mingus, Pithecanthropus erectus. Pithecanthropus erectus. Tongue twister. All right, guys, pretty solid week. There's a lot of great stuff in here. A little bit of something for everybody. Great jazz, new pop titles people have been looking for, audiophile records, great jazz. Just kind of a pretty solid week. So, yeah, everything here can be bought online at the website, beinggroove.com. Until next time.